When someone as great as Rogie Vachon doesn't get the recognition they deserve, it's not just frustrating for the player, it's tough on their fans too. People couldn't understand why his induction into the Hall of Fame took so long, especially when he was one of the top players in the world. What was the holdup? Was there something going on behind the scenes? Fans started coming up with all sorts of theories, wondering if there was a reason he was being overlooked. Many fans and hockey analysts couldn't help but feel that Rogie Vachon's induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame was way overdue. Despite an impressive career that included solid stats and even some Stanley Cup wins, Vachon wasn't inducted until 2016, long after he'd retired. For a lot of his supporters, this delay felt frustrating and unfair. They wondered why someone with such a remarkable career had to wait so long for the recognition he deserved. Some people started connecting the delay to an incident in 1978 when Vachon made a move to the Detroit Red Wings. His signing triggered a compensation dispute with his former team, the Los Angeles Kings. The situation got complicated when an arbitrator ruled that the Red Wings had to give up their first overall draft pick, Dale McCourt, as compensation. But things didn't end smoothly. McCourt wasn't happy with the situation and refused to report to Los Angeles, even going as far as suing the league. This created a lot of tension and controversy around Vachon's move, and some people thought it might have played a part in delaying his Hall of Fame induction. The whole situation made it feel like Vachon's path to the Hall wasn't as straightforward as it should have been, leaving many wondering if some behind-the-scenes drama had delayed what seemed like a well-deserved honor. We honestly get why people were frustrated. His career was so legendary, people were truly obsessed with it. He entered the NHL in 1966-67, joining the Montreal Canadiens as a backup goaltender to Gump Worsley. During that season, Vachon only played 19 games in the regular season, but he made a massive impact during the playoffs, stepping in to play most of the games and leading the Canadiens to the Stanley Cup Finals. Unfortunately, the Canadiens lost to the Toronto Maple Leafs, but Vachon's performance left a lasting impression, earning him a permanent spot on the Canadiens roster. It wasn't all smooth sailing for Vachon from the start, though. During those Stanley Cup Finals, Punch Imlach, the coach of the Leafs, tried to rattle Vachon by referring to him as a junior B goaltender, hoping to get under his skin. But Vachon's composure and skill didn't waver. He played through the criticism, and it only fueled his determination to prove himself in the league. Vachon's career began to truly take off in the 1967-68 season. He played 39 games and won 23 of them, sharing the prestigious Vezina Trophy with Gump Worsley for the best goaltending duo in the league. The Canadiens team had a combined goals against average of 2.26, the lowest in the league since 1958-59. Montreal won the Stanley Cup that season, and Vachon's contributions helped them secure another championship the following year in 1968-69. He had established himself as a key player on a team that was dominating the league. However, by the 1969-70 season, Gump Worsley was traded to the Minnesota North Stars, leaving Vachon with the starting job in Montreal. Unfortunately, this shift didn't lead to the success the Canadiens had hoped for, as they missed the playoffs that year. It wasn't Vachon's fault, but the team as a whole struggled to perform. Fast forward to 1971, and after being outperformed by rookie goaltender Ken Dryden, Vachon asked for a trade to a team that needed a starting goalie. That's when Vachon was sent to the Los Angeles Kings on November 4, 1971, in exchange for Dennis DeJordy, Dale Hoganson, Noel Price, and Doug Robinson. It was with the Kings that Vachon would experience the best years of his career. Vachon's time with the Kings was full of incredible performances. In the 1974-75 season, he was a runner-up for the Vezina Trophy, and he earned spots on the NHL's second All-Star team in both 1974-75 and 1976-77. He was the team's MVP 4 times between 1973 and 1977, further solidifying his importance to the Kings. One of the more memorable moments of his career came during the 1976-77 season. Vachon was credited with an unlikely goal when a delayed penalty led to a New York Islanders' own goal. While it was eventually determined that Vachon was not the last Kings player to touch the puck, the whole situation highlighted his unique place in the game. Vachon set numerous goaltending records for the Kings, many of which still stand to this day. His number 30 was the first number to be retired by the team, a tribute to the impact he had on the organization. But Vachon wasn't just a great goalie on the ice. He was a mentor to future generations of players. In 1976, he was selected to play for Canada in the Canada Cup, alongside fellow goaltenders Jerry Cheevers and Glenn Resch. Vachon earned the top spot in the tournament, playing in every game and leading Canada to victory. His 1.39 goals against average and 2 shutouts earned him a spot on the All-Star team, and he was named the tournament's MVP. Vachon's time with the Kings came to a close when he became a restricted free agent following the 1977-78 season. He signed a 5-year, $1.9 million deal with the Detroit Red Wings, making him the highest-paid goaltender in the league. But his time in Detroit didn't go as expected. From his very first game with the Red Wings, Vachon struggled. In a 5-4 loss, he only made 9 saves on 14 shots. It wasn't long before things started to go south. Vachon's numbers dipped, and Red Wings coach Bobby Crom openly expressed his disappointment in the signing. The situation was complicated by the fact that Vachon's move to Detroit triggered a compensation dispute with the Kings, as they were entitled to receive a player as compensation for losing Vachon. The arbitrator ruled that the Red Wings would have to send their first overall draft pick, Dale McCourt, to the Kings. McCourt was not happy with the decision, refusing to report to Los Angeles and even suing the league. This dispute added an extra layer of drama to Vachon's move to Detroit and further complicated his legacy. By his second season with the Red Wings, Vachon's struggles continued. He didn't perform up to his usual standards, and Detroit's overall performance was lackluster. However, Vachon did have a memorable moment during his time with the Red Wings, as he recorded the team's first-ever victory at their new home, Joe Louis Arena. After 2 disappointing years in Detroit, Vachon was traded to the Boston Bruins in the summer of 1980 in exchange for fellow goaltender Gilles Gilbert. In Boston, Vachon served as a mentor to younger goalies Marco Barron and Jim Craig, who had starred for the U.S. national team in the 1980 Winter Olympics. Vachon played 53 games for the Bruins, improving his stats slightly from his time in Detroit. However, the Bruins were swept in the playoffs by the Minnesota North Stars, and Vachon struggled in the postseason, allowing a staggering 20 goals in just 3 games. After a solid but unspectacular 1981-82 season, Vachon's time with the Bruins came to an end. His final NHL appearance came in the 1982 playoffs, when he played 1 period in relief of starter Mike Moffat. He faced just 3 shots and allowed a goal to Peter Stastny, marking the end of his remarkable career. Vachon's legacy, however, is undeniable. Known for his lightning-fast reflexes and quick glove hand, Vachon was considered one of the best one-on-one goaltenders of his time. He never allowed a goal on a penalty shot in his entire career, which is a testament to his skill and composure under pressure. After retiring, Vachon continued to be involved in the hockey world, serving as the general manager of the Kings from 1984 to 1992. It was during his tenure as GM that the Kings made the trade to acquire Wayne Gretzky from the Edmonton Oilers in 1988, a move that would change the course of the franchise's history. Vachon also served as the interim head coach of the Kings on 3 separate occasions. Finally, in 2016, Vachon's incredible career was recognized when he was named an honored member of the Hockey Hall of Fame. After years of waiting, he was inducted into the Hall on November 14, 2016, a moment that hockey fans across the world had long hoped for. Despite the long delay, Vachon's place in the Hall of Fame was well-earned, and his legacy continues to inspire players and fans alike. And that wraps up today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.